Before we get in the video, please like, make sure to subscribe, turn on your notifications, go ahead and leave a comment below, and click on the How You Can Help, which brings up the Family Friendly Game website and gives you lots of ideas how you can help us. Thank you. Howdy. Hey everybody, Paulberry Family Friendly Gaming doing another Twitch stream. And of course, we transformed into a video of The Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel 4. We're in Act 2. We're trying to finish off Act 2, hopefully. We can get going on finishing off Act 2. Looks like chat's working. Working. Okay. So before we progress the story on, I want to talk to Muse. Oh, is that the kimono you wore for the tea ceremony club? Yes, I received it from Ada when we parted along with the rest of our equipment. Just one look at it is enough to bring me right back to our club days. I've been trying to find an excuse to wear it just one more time before we head back to the Pentagram. Maybe I can help her out here. Muse, what do you say we have a little open air tea ceremony somewhere? Open air as an outside, you mean? Oh, I shouldn't. It's tempting to sure, but there have be so much to prepare. Ada gave you back all your utensils, didn't she? That takes care of most of it. And probably help out a bit too. Master Kai-Fi did impart some of the finest tea ceremony wisdom to me after all. It could also make for a nice breather of sorts before we head for the Pentagram. What do you think? Very well, you convinced me. It sounds like a wonderful idea. I'll take you up on your kind offer in that case. You have my thanks, instructor. Thank you. So how's everyone doing out there? Hopefully you're all doing absolutely awesome. On Gina and Elisa's advice, they decided to take a break and gather together on the Alistair's outskirts. While not fully laying down their guards, everyone enjoyed some tea and light snacks in the outdoor air. It's a little more bitter than I'm used to, but the snacks are delish. They've got such a refined, subtle sweetness to them. I agree, they provide the perfect offset to the bitterness of the tea. According to tradition, you eat the sweets first so you can fully appreciate the tea's flavor. Guess girls just aren't mature enough for that yet. Humph. Like you're one to talk, you're shoveling on like you haven't eaten in days. This is pretty fun. I've never been to the Eastern style tea party like this before. I must say your skills really impressed me. Have you done this before? I sure have. I was in a tea ceremony club back in school. We've still got plenty more tea and cakes, so help yourselves to seconds. If some people are shoving, we had thirds. Everyone enjoyed the refreshments and the chance to relax. Eventually, time came to pack everything up and return to the ship. Well, it was fun. We took a load off for everyone, don't you think? It's too bad we couldn't get Maya and the others to join us though. That's true, but we couldn't exactly call them away from moving their Zerfling guard to the safe zone. So if not, I'm delighted I was able to wear my kimono again. Thank you for agreeing to do this, instructor. You're welcome, but should I take this as meaning you have no more lingering regrets? That might be the last time you get to wear such an important keepsake after all. And, so I was right in the mark. I feel like someone had left that kimono to you. Judging by the reaction, it looks like I was right. Oh yes, I'll give you that. Was that why you went along with the outdoor tea ceremony? Well, I really did want to give you a chance to let some steam. But more than that, yeah, I thought it would be a good opportunity to ask you why you've been hiding this from me. Ring reached forward and took something out of Muse's bag. Hey, what do you... This is the custom-made orbital pistol you showed me before, but when you let me handle it, I noticed something that didn't seem right. It's loaded. A bullet of this caliber would be next useless in a real battle. Looking at it, I'd say it would only be effective within range of 30 regular, so not really suited for assassinations either. There's one reason I think you'd keep this gun on you at all times. Sigh. You're expecting to say I'm saving it for me? To be honest, I don't think you're the type to take the easy way out. Juna told you this before, and I'll say it again. You're only human. It's only natural you'd be worried about what might happen. You'll be waiting for us on the board of the Pentagram. Depending on how that works out, you might find yourself wanting to use this. Am I wrong? What other choice do I have? Huh?
I said, what other choice do I have? Mule Mirage is a path already set. Its gears already in motion. It was the only solution I could manage to find. A scheme only I could possibly devise.
I haven't set it up so it would continue without me. This is part of my contingency plan for if we end up facing the worst possible scenario. If it comes down to that, I'm uniquely placed to make the most of it. I can use myself as a pawn to push us forward. I'm the only one who can do this, so what other choice do I have? Music. Alright, I get where you're coming from. You have to do what you feel is best. No. Thank you for understanding. Just be aware I won't stand by and allow you that to happen. As your instructor, I'm obliged to protect you from harm, whatever it takes. Huh? So also my duty as an awakener and as the Eight Leaves practitioner. The unclouded eye of my ogre power, the network I built at Thor's, I'll use everything I've got to prevent that worst possible scenario. I'll let this whole world go to Gehenna before I allow you to sacrifice yourself. If only my abilities aren't enough, I'll pray and trust in my luck too. Hope you're ready for all that help and more. Instructor, Rain. Rain music. What are you two doing back here? You're gonna get left behind. We already were left behind. Sorry, I'll be right there. Come on, music. Okay. And now she's left behind. If the worst truly does come to pass, there's only so much he'd be able to do. But still, he's touched a great many people's lives. Count all those connections come back around again and overturn the board, I wonder? Hope you're ready for all that help and more. I'm a player in this game. I have to concentrate on the bigger picture. When the time comes, I can't afford to cling to some intangible hope. No, I complete my mission according to plan. Okie dokie, Finoki. Your bond strengthened. Special moments. We've bonded with her. And we got her kimono. Not that I'm ever gonna wear it, because I don't want to wear no dress. No dress for me. There we go. How do I... I forgot how to set links. Check them. Oh, okay, I see. Alright. Figured that out. Figured it out. Bridge. Alright, wrong buttons. Now we're going to continue the story along. Now I took care of that little side quest with music. Limitation of Pentagon from General Le Guin, no less. Seems Muse has been planning for this all along. Yeah, sounds like there's a bigger deal. I imagine we'll have to make sure we all stay on our toes. Sure, there's just one thing, Rain, though. I imagine you already know what I'm thinking. You have Muse, right? I'm an instructor after all. No matter how much she knows, she still is only 16. We'll need to keep an eye out for her. That goes without saying. I've charted the course to our destination. We can leave any time, so just let me know when you're ready to depart. Let's move it along. The destination. This designated main point is a buffer airspace above the borders of Erebonia, Calvert, and Liverpool. Already charted course. Should we depart and rendezvous with the Pentagon? Once depart story progress, please note that context is a question time limited events with the spirit. Departs. Understood, I'll call everyone together then. Got it, thanks. Once Class 7 and the rest of the crew had each finished up their remaining affairs, the Merkaba then began to make its way toward the designated meeting point. Here we go. 12:30 p.m., halfway through the day. Dun, dun. Boom. So one has a horse, one has a leaf. Just what's your motto and logo? We have a leaf. Ooh, flashing lights. Sending flashing lights back and forth to communicate. Merkaba number 8, this is Panther Girl speaking. Ship is not permitted to dock. Please follow the beacon. Understood. Initiating automated boarding. Wow, we really are over a three-way border, if only just barely. The non-intervention zones that span the entire surrounding area, supposedly. No chance for interference when you're straddling three entire countries, huh? Yeah, plus it's off the invasion route into the Republic, and it makes for a pretty effective blind spot. But do we really have to go all the way here just to find out about Millie Mirage is about? They're here. Enter the front runners. Integral landing craft. Spaceship. Certain countries lay small gunship, VST type anti-war. Spaceship. Scout ships from the Pentagon and more from the northeast and south. Northeast and south could it be? That makes their origins clear, geographically speaking. In that case, ships coming from east must be new state-of-the-art military gunship from the public courtesy of the Verne Company. That's right. Complete with a higher carrying capacity and expanded cruising range. So many people from so many different regions gathered together for one purpose. Muse, does this mean these people are...
Indeed. Important figures from each one of our neighboring countries. The Kingdom of Liberl, the Principality of Remiferia, and even the Republic of Calvard. And if all goes to plan, we'll have a few special guests from the Bracer Guild and the SSS join us too.
Oh. Good. Who are all these people? Big old meeting. That ship is huge to allow another ship like this come and dock. Wow. That is big. It's got like a garage for other ships. Panther frontal hold. They're like a back hold too. Been about a month, hasn't it? Alright, this is where you escape from, right, Ash? Our ship's huge. Hey, that's the Bobcat 3. Just like Josette said.
So, you showed up after all.
It's a man, and it's his voice. And you are Scarcheek. We'll call you Scarcheek. Brigadier General Bardius. You look well.
As do you, Schwarzer. Despite everything General Le Guin and Miss Clotilda tell me you've been through, Your Highness, Lady Angelica, it's a pleasure to have you back safely with us.
You're welcome. What's with the hat guy? Got one eye covered. Can you see? He's walking around. Thank you, Brigadier General. We appreciate it. We thought we'd meet here in the Pentacle at a time like this.
Agreed. Things have taken a real turn since Ordis's last provincial council. What happens here today could very well change the course of history.
Wow, the course of history. Quite the assemblage, then. Indeed it is. In fact, some of our guests have already arrived. The man them simply are here to observe.
Follow me, everyone.
We will follow you. Follow me, follow me, follow the leader, the leader, the leader. Oh, wait, Rain's the leader, so. Wow, that's an interesting chandelier. Look at that thing. Pantagruel guest area. We get a chandelier. Wow, incredible. Doesn't even begin to describe this place. Actually, haven't you, Instructor Rain, been here before, Ellie? It's a bit of a long story, but I shall not reveal the details of this misconduct during that occasion. Rain? Rain, what did you do? It was a misunderstanding. I'm not entirely convinced. I'm sure he didn't have impure intentions. That's the whole problem. His heart is too pure. As I told you before, Rain, nobody likes a goody two-shoes. Heh, you got that right. Can you guys just not? We've been known for a while of your unsociable ways. Yeah, I've already accepted the fact that you're completely clueless about people's feelings, Rain. Heh, Rain got all the luck, though. All the bad luck, I'd say. This brings back memories. Rain carried me in his arms once. Alright, I forgot about that. Man, that was a lot going on that day. I doubt anyone there that day expected us sort of daring escape from you. Wow, that must have been so cool. Rain, you hound. You really can't judge a book by its cover. Guys like you and Lloyd are really something else. Leave some charm for the rest of us, will you? Face palm. Instructor Sarah Tella, pressing person to burst into tears. Person denied. This just means everyone likes you, Rain. You're a lucky man, Rain.
Wow! Looks like the party's already started.
Oh, a young man's voice. Who could it be?
Kinda feels like this meeting was a long time
And
coming,
a girl.
huh?
Are you people the SSS?
Well, I'll be. Took you guys long enough.
Long time no see, Tita.
Have you grown a few, Reach? Or am I imagining
You're
things?
imagining.
Estelle, Joshua, and
And is it Andy?
Hello again, Tita. Remember our promise?
Ren!
Oh, Ren.
Oh, you guys. You have no idea how happy I am to see you.
The hug might give some hint.
Don't you get me started, too.
Okay.
So melodramatic. And here I thought you two'd have grown out of this by now.
You're one to talk. I can see you getting a little choked up yourself. Seems like you've been holding up pretty well, Agate.
As if there was any doubt.
I had doubts. Who are you again?
We're making progress, don't get me wrong. But there's still a lot left to take care of.
Okay, a gate.
All the more reason to stay on top of our game from here on.
Oh, Sarah! You're here, too!
Nice to see you again. It's been too long.
Notice her right there?
Man, it sure has. What's it been, like 3 years since you were last here in the Empire? Oh yeah, let me introduce you to Fee. Sup?
Fee? Like, the Fee? That petite powerhouse they keep talking about in all the guild branches?
I guess so.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Sylphide. As you can see, we've heard all about the work you've been doing.
You can just call me Fee. I've heard a thing or two about you guys, too.
All of the bad.
You know, from Agate and Sherazard.
Oh yeah? Trust them to embarrass us like that.
Speaking of Shera, we still don't know where she is, do we?
Nope.
Not a clue. We know she's still alive, at least. Way I figure, if she was in trouble, she'd contact us with that thing she's got.
Right. It's only been about 2 weeks since we last heard from her.
She left Heimdall altogether just after that, didn't she?
Yeah, I've got all the other Erebony embracers looking out for her too.
Tio! Nice tackle, Kia. Lloyd, Ellie, I'm glad you guys managed to come.
Of course. We wouldn't miss this.
Oh, I can't help myself. Come here, you two.
Okay.
Ellie, I can't breathe.
Oh, Tio, I'm so relieved to see you're okay.
So breathing's not that important.
Yona's been worried about you too, you know.
When you're getting hugged.
Oh, you don't say. That's cool.
Some
But
air.
also, I could
Please, let me breathe.
really use some air.
Excuse me.
Hoo-wee! The dynamic duo's getting bigger and bigger by the day.
Good to see you, Randy.
Right back at you, Lloyd.
Now, hold on a moment. You didn't think I'd just let that little comment of yours slide, did you?
Who's the dynamic duo? Me and Tio? I don't think we got any taller.
No, not a... crap. Forget I said anything, alright?
Shame on you, Randy. There are children here.
Like you?
And we didn't forget about you, Yuna. Kia's been telling us about all you've been up to.
We heard you helped set Tio free. I'm so proud of you.
You're welcome.
Well, that was more Class 7 as a whole. It was just part of our mission.
Mm-hmm.
As someone who's always looked up to the SSS, it's
That's right, it
so
was the
great
SSS.
seeing all of you back together again.
What do you mean? You're one of us too, Yuna. Mm-hmm. You're a lot closer to the SSS than you give yourself credit for.
That's right. You carry on the spirit of Crossbell in a way all your own.
Okay.
I think we're all aware of how much you look up to the SSS. But you know what?
What?
It goes both ways. We're just as proud of you too, Yuna. Every one of us.
Thank you.
Well, at the very least, you've gotten a bit more tame since the first day you bucked into the branch campus.
Come on, Randy! Let me have my moment! Oh, right! Elisa! Over here!
Hello, Ellie. How are you? I'm so glad you guys finally got the chance to reunite.
Thank you, Elisa. Allow me to congratulate you on your reunion as well.
Aw, thanks.
Everyone looks at Reen.
I suppose I'd better introduce myself for those of you who don't know me. My name is Reen Schwarzer, graduate of Thor's Military Academy, Class 7. Ellie, Estelle, Joshua, it's a pleasure to meet you.
The pleasure is ours. Elisa's told me quite a bit about you already. Perhaps a bit too much, actually.
She loves you too.
Ellie!
We definitely know you by now, after all the stories we've heard. From Tita's letters and Ren. Even Olivier and Toval.
I see. It's no surprise you knew His Highness, but I wasn't aware you knew Toval too.
Yep. We met back on our first trip in Erebonia. He helped us out a bunch. It's good to meet you, Reen. This has definitely been a long time coming. Don't worry. You can loosen up around us. We're the same age, more or less, right?
What does that have to do with him?
Got it. I think I'll take you up on that. Looking forward to working with you guys.
Yeah, for sure.
As are we.
Oh,
It's been a while, Lloyd. How have you been?
Busy, to say the least. It's been crazy this past year and a half. I really owe you for your help during Operation Birdcage.
Well, you know, we birds of a feather. Sticking together.
I'm sure I'll get the chance to return the favor, though. I get the feeling we're gonna be seeing a lot more of each other.
Oh?
From here on, Rean, we fight on the same side. As equals.
Instructor Rean?
Honestly, I'm not sure I even deserve to shake your hand. I'm sure you've heard about what I've done. The mistake I made.
Rean.
Not sure what they're referencing, but okay.
It's my fault that the curse spread throughout not only the Empire, but Crossbell too. It's the same with Northumbria and Jirai as well. Even this awful war with Calvert. I have no idea how I can even begin to apologize.
No, Rean. That's wrong. It's my duty as a detective to look beyond what's on the surface. You want to know what I see?
No, what do you see?
I see that this was all a setup from the very start. Nothing you could have done would have possibly changed the outcome. I see a man who, despite it all, never fell to despair. A man who continues to push back, even at this very moment.
You missed him when he was all like evil and had Hulk voice and all that?
Not just for Crossbell, or even Erebonia, but for the world itself and all who reside in it. Within you lies the strength of countless allies, helping you move forward through whatever may come. I'd like the SSS to be a part of that, Rean. To be one of those allies there by your side.
Ooh, more people.
Empire or Crossbell, where we're from doesn't matter anymore. Now we're fighting for the world itself.
The whole world.
Lloyd.
This guy, I swear. Now I understand why you look up to him the way you do.
Yep. Told you he was great.
Wow. How am I supposed to follow up a speech like that? I'll gladly take your words to heart. It's good to have you with us, Lloyd. I'll be honest with you, our situation is looking grim. And it's only going to get worse from here. But that's never stopped us before. With you on board, we'll overcome every barrier in our way.
You got it.
That goes for us, too. We Laburlians got your back.
I see you've saved me the trouble of rounding you up.
Principal Le Guin.
Right on time. Is everything ready?
Is she?
General Aurelia Le Guin, commander of the Viceland Army.
Wow. I can tell this lady...
That's an understatement. She's one of the greatest swordmasters of our generation.
Bracers of Liberl. Special Support Section. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Aurelia Le Guin. Well met, all of you. I'd love to chat with each of you individually, of course. But time is of the essence. I suspect our other guests are anxious to get things underway.
Those purple lavender eyes.
What?
I knew it.
Well, if it isn't the Special Support Section. I do believe it's been around 2 years since our paths last crossed.
Gentle-mannered man.
Though it would seem Arios is not with you this time around.
A pleasure to see you again, your lordship.
Our apologies. Arios had some pressing matters to attend to.
Oh.
So he did make sure to send his regards.
Is that so? I suppose I expected as much. A man in his position seldom has any time to spare. Princess Elphin, I bring you my greetings and condolences both.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
We received news of Emperor Eugen's condition, as well as the tragedy that befell Prince Olivert. I can only imagine the pain this must put you through. You have my deepest sympathies.
And you have my sincerest appreciation, your lordship. I must admit, I didn't expect to be able to meet with you so soon.
Nor did I. A silver lining in the dark cloud that brought us here. Lady Mildine, allow me to thank you once again for the invitation.
The gratitude is ours, your lordship. It's an honor to receive you.
Ha ha! This is quite an extraordinary crowd we have here.
Eagle-eyed elder. I love the
Correct me if I'm
descriptions.
wrong, SSS, but it was 2 years ago that we last met as well, was it not?
Yes, back at the trade conference.
It's good to see you again, sir.
Princess Alphen, Lady Mildine. I don't believe I've ever formally had the pleasure.
Nice mustache.
Though I suppose in a way we aren't entirely unfamiliar with each other. I had the privilege of meeting your brother, you see, back during the conference.
Ah, yes, he mentioned you before. Pleased to finally make your acquaintance. Knowing you're here helps put into perspective the true scale of Operation Mille Mirage.
It's an honor to have you. We do appreciate you taking the time to come. After all, I'm sure you, of all people, have been particularly busy of late. President Rocksmith.
Ooh, President Rocksmith. Who dat?
What? No way!
So that's how this is gonna go.
I don't even know how to react.
How silly of us. I didn't realize we had neglected to make our
Yeah,
introduction.
they called you Eagle-eyed elder.
In that case, allow me to go first.
Albert von Bartholomeus.
I am Albert von Bartolomeus,
Wow.
Grand Prince of the Principality of Remiferia. It's a pleasure to meet you, students and alumni of Thor's Military Academy.
He's got the hair.
And I'm Samuel Rocksmith, President of the Republic of Calvin. I'm sure I'm the last person you would expect to see here.
Prince Albert is one thing, but President Rocksmith?
Indeed. And in person, no less. What's the President of Calvert doing here? We're on the verge of war.
That is exactly why I chose to attend, Machius Regnitz. Ah, and you must be the acting Duke Alberea. And, you're Fee Clausel, correct?
He knows us.
Let me guess. She told you. As I suspected, you work for Calvert's Central Intelligence Department.
Second Lieutenant Kaela. Kalia? Lucy Silland.
That's right. I'm a second lieutenant in the CID, as well as a member of the Special Force Hercules. Thanks for your help before, by the way.
I'm Lucy Sayland, Private Secretary to the Grand Prince.
Private Secretary.
For those of you we met before, it's a pleasure to see you again.
Now I understand. You were investigating Erebonia's internal affairs to prepare for today's meeting.
Wait, back up a sec. If the heads of Remiferia and Calvert are here, then...
There's only one more big nation we're missing.
It would seem they've arrived.
They made it.
Oh, you have got to be shitting me.
Liberl has just as much a stake in this as anyone else, after all.
Oh!
It's the Princess of Liberl. And beside her...
Man, today's just full of surprises, isn't it?
Sorry for the delay. I have to say, this is the most luxurious ship I've ever seen.
Uniformed
Thank you once again for inviting us.
Sweet girl. Hey, sweetie. Claudia von Oslesi. Lieutenant General Cassius Bright. He sounds familiar.
My name is Claudia von Auslies. I will be participating on behalf of Queen Alicia II of Liberl. Delighted to make your acquaintance, everyone.
Cassius Bright, Lieutenant General of the Royal Army of Liberl. Unfortunately, we don't really have time for pleasantries. How about we get straight down to business?
Okay. I thought there was some pretty pleasant stuff going there and all kinds of conversation and everything, but what do I know? Ooh, ooh. She's got two feathers, or two big feathers and a bunch of little feathers in her cap. So they chit chat, and what do? We just stand here and wave at each other. Oh, they're saying bye. That was fun. It's more like a summit than an informed meeting of concerned parties. Yeah, but Jesus and Angelica must have known this was coming, right? Excuse me. As Musain claimed to include representative powers outside Erebonia right from the beginning. Though he had no idea who exactly the invited were in attendance. Turns out the operation Millie Mirage has many influential backers. And the Lieutenant General of Liver was among them. Cassius Bright, tactical genius who stopped the Empire's invasion during the 100 Days War. After the war, he left the army and worked as a bracer for a while. He and my father were good friends. I think I remember something involving them around 4 years ago. Right when multiple Erebonian branches of the guild were blown up. When Amelie started in Level, he rejoined the army. Now he's having a friendly chit-chat with President Calvary, whose country is about to get invaded by Erebonia. That Muse is an excellent matchmaker. She even reached out to Remeferia. Wow. Remeferia is in a similar situation as Level right now. The Empire's person both of them to allow the army safe passage through. Neither are particularly willing to do so, but they fear retaliation should they decline. Refusal could be construed as siding with Calvert. Small nations can afford to be assertive against the overwhelming power of the belligerent Erebonia. Yeah, that's probably be the main topic of discussion today. I think while those nations can't openly oppose the Empire, we along with the Bracers and Special Support Section are more than free to take action. It's a good opportunity to speak with the other parties involved. Not just Liberal and Crossbow, but Remeferia and Calvert too. Indeed, there's no better time for us to exchange information. It's also the ideal time to speak one's mind freely. After the discussion is concluded, I like to speak with the Grand Prince and the President myself. You got guts to give me that, though I wouldn't mind exchanging a few words with them either. I'd like to talk with Ellie if there's time. Man, the Crown Princess Claudia, too. Seriously, well, I guess this is our best shot at getting close to her. By the way, Ash, don't you and Joshua go way back? Look, that ain't confirmed. I don't really remember him. Still, you two might want to talk and clear things up. Hey, what's this all about? There's gonna be a dinner after the main talks. We can talk more about more personal stuff then. Principal invited us here, so there's no point in acting like wallflowers. Yes, let's make the most of it. I should go around and talk to the Timmies myself. I definitely want to check on what those from Level and Crossbow. Might as well talk to representatives from Calvary and Remeferia too on that. The party is temporarily disbanded. Mates for the rest of the season. Once you see the required sub-events. There you are, Reen. Steadily working your way through the crowd, chatting everyone up. Are you going to talk to Kalia too? If that's okay, Special Second Lieutenant Kalia. Yes, you may speak to me anytime with reservations. That's what should be. I'm grateful for your help the other day. I had a feeling you guessed who I was right at the start. I had my suspicions. It seems I interrupted your conversation. What it was about? We're just touching upon the recent internal affairs in Calvert. I'm not sure what you might have heard about the situation there. The ruling party lost the opposition in the recent elections. Once President Rocksmith's term ends, he'll be forced to step down. So your entire government is going to be swapped out. It's a drastic change. The country is already in crisis, but there's also been acts of terrorism carried out by the anti-immigration faction. I see. Immigration is a very divisive issue in the Republic. Each passing day it becomes more apparent how weak our country is. I expect our leaders to announce a new course of action after today's discussion. Thank you. I have a handle on the Calvert situation now. It's very young age. Kelly is remarkably sharp. Anyway, it's good to see you again, Kalia. And how's Kalika doing? As well as ever, she's one Iron Lady. Can't you make it sound as though a long time passed since you were less in Calvert? Angelica, that Kalika. Is she who I think she is? Yep. You picked up our name, huh? She's a practitioner of Tato. She's the one who taught me. I thought so. Kalia, have you also been trained in the Taito style? No, although I do admire Eastern martial arts and swordsmanship. Pursuing those arts require a serious dedication and investment at one's time. I admire having reached intermediate level in the 8 leaves, 1 blade style ring. Okay, thanks. Okay, so done with that one. Got lots of places to go to. Talk to Brigadier General Wallace. Sorry to speak with you again. I had a chance to talk leisurely since we're at the Ismalis Garden. It's been so long. I was kind of having an identity crisis when we last left. Somehow we're always been too busy to really talk. Yeah, true. All those generals here are strong. You managed to hold off McBurn all on your own in the Lingduck Canyon. It's pretty awesome. My father fought McBurn as well, though he seemed all right at the time. The damage his wife suffered manifested later. Did you not say anything similar? No, luckily I seem to be perfectly fine. I don't think it's because McBurn was going easy on me. He seemed dead set on inflicting as much pain as possible. I think he might have been particularly vicious when he was fighting Viscount Arcide. Ah, I was worried about Wallace too. Good to know he's okay. It'd be nice to have a friendly duel with him one day. Well, is that you, Schwarzer? You look awfully serious. The situation's pretty grave, at least I finally have a sense of the direction I should be heading in. I've got my allies to thank for that and for lending me their strength. That's good. Gaius, you seem to have gotten used to your new powers. Barkhorn was a legend, no doubt about it. But I think there'll be another. That's kind of you to say. Yeah, I hope it won't sound patronizing, but I've been concerned about you. I see now that I needn't have worried. You're doing well for yourself and you'll go far if you keep it up. Ha! You know how to build my confidence. I appreciate that. You're both studying at Barkhorn. I'm thankful they've got a good relationship. I should speak with Cassius. Oh, there you are. You're just stuff to all the important people, are you? Well, I thought it wouldn't hurt. What are you up to? Not much, just merely standing around. I've been on the stairship before. I've seen all there is to it. Anyways, the talks will be soon over, so I might as well wait here. Something bothering her? She's not hiding it very well, is she? It's about that man from Liberal, Cassius. She's been acting funny around him. I get it. He's a master of the 8 leaves, 1 blade style. He used to go by the nickname Divine Blade. And what are you talking about behind my back? It's rude to exclude people from the conversation when they're right there with you. Sorry about that. How are you doing, Rosine? Everything okay? More or less. I received a report of some of the Ouroboros activity from the High Seat when I was on my way here. Nothing's happened yet, though. By the way, I heard there was an incident in the holy city of Arteria. I think Emma mentioned something about that, too. Vita might know more about it, but as luck would have it, she's not here. Oh yes, maybe she'll turn up eventually. Maybe, but as for me, I'm happy she's keeping her distance. I can relax on her annoying presence, setting my teeth on edge. Haha, enjoy it while you can. Should I ask the staff to fetch you a saucer of warm milk? Good idea, thanks, Rosie. Okay, they're done. So now it's up and to the left. There's a bunch in here. Mine. Let's talk to her. Well, sure, I'm lucky getting invited on board the Pentacle to carry out exclusive interviews. So many interesting people in one place. Ellie, Tio, Alyssa, and even Emma of the Hexen clan. The other day back in Crossbow, I was thinking to myself that this seemed like fate. Must have guided me here to thoroughly interview you all. Maybe later if it doesn't take too long. Sorry, but I prefer if you kept me out of the papers. ever the King Journals, Grace. You should wear this, but you won't be allowed to publish anything about this meeting in the foreseeable future. So I look the freedom of press just good. I understand to be invited to this top-tier get-together is a great privilege, and I won't be able to write about it for a while. But once international relations become somewhat normalized, maybe I'll get the green light to publish a special report on this. After all, my duty as a journalist is to observe and document important events. It's definitely an important role. That's a sensible approach to take. I would take everything she says with a grain of salt. Your helping materials you collect here will win you the Pulitzer Prize, right? You know, there's no harm in it, is there? I missed my chance last year and the year before. That's Grace, the journalist working the Crossbow. Whatever her reaction, she must be impressed. The right people will be allowed here. Ah, the man of the hour. Rain Schwarzer, will you agree to an interview? Or I'm not at liberty to talk about a lot of things. Grace, you're putting him on the spot. She's racing on my about interviewing people, but she's a nice person. Boo, you don't help at all, Teal. Rain, you look just like Grace, walking around and sniffing out info. Well, it's not like I'm not curious about the meeting. By the way, I was surprised that Vita didn't show up. Me too, she left the barrier in Venice somewhere. It worries me a little. Yeah, it's kind of suspicious, huh? You know, she's spotting something? I don't mean to sound grateful, but since she's helped us numerous times, but Vita's known to pursue pretty questionable goals. Too much to give her the benefit of the doubt. Everyone's innocent until proven guilty, right? Thanks, Rain. Heh, if only the same could be said about my mother. Chairman Arania, well, she's raised a wonderful daughter. There's no way she could be a bad person. Ah, thanks, that's nice of you. Do I sense a scoop? Why is the affluent Ashton Chevalier so sweet to you? Are you perhaps in a relationship? Grace, control yourself. Sorry. You can tell her off any number of times. She goes back to her MO right away. Alright, done talking to them. You bulked up since I last saw you, Lloyd. You haven't grown taller as much as you got whiter in the shoulders. Life on the run's better than hitting the gym. I had to get my outfits retailored. Oh, I didn't notice. You see him every day, so the difference isn't as obvious. But he looks more like his brother now, doesn't he? Who's his brother? I've only seen him in pictures, but yeah, I'd say so too. If only I had his height too. Is it Guy Bannings you are referring to? He was once a high-ranking officer in the Crossbow Police Department, but died in line due to 5 years ago. Yeah, he used to live nearby. We're on a ship in the middle of the... What? Okay. I only know him from my memories of the past. He was really tall and he seemed like a very reliable person. Yeah, I feel like such a kid compared to him. There's no use in wishing I was more like my brother. I've got to play the cards I've been dealt. Heh. It's me you've got, not him. I'm determined as can be to end this and work towards independence for Crossbell. Me too. Spoken like a true leader. There's no way you're able to shake myself and Instructor Rain off during an encounter 2 years ago. I was been through a lot. In fact, I might have had it easier than him. It's news to me that he had a brother, though. His brother seems like an amazing person too. Talk to him again. Instructor Rain. Aren't you busy playing nice with everyone? Well, we've got to make this most of this opportunity. Boy, there's a lot for us to catch up on. I'd love to get a drink or two with you if we had the time, but... Sweet, I'm coming too. I'll go to the place I know there's this thing lands. It's some pretty nice... Right. Hey, Obs770, how you doing? Randy. Alright. Ah, that's just like Randy. Actually, that reminds me. Rixia Mayo's busy elsewhere right now. She's got a big sword. Yeah, that's a bunch of different factions at play here, both within and outside Erebonia. The members of SSS and our coastal lords are busy dealing with them. Like Noel, Chief Sergei, Dudley, The Dudley Boys. Oh yeah, and Arios. That's right. Fran and Wesley help us out sometimes too. Sonia and Marielle have been keeping their heads down, though they can't do too much considering their position. They're members of the same Crossbow Guardian force that was absorbed by the Imperial Army, aren't they? Both very capable officers. Yeah, they do have the same objective we do, but different obligations, not unrelated to the contents of today's meeting. Okay, I'm starting to get a clearer picture. You can't help but get an idea of the master plan, looking for people using in General Aurelia invited here. Maybe you should work for our intelligence department. I thought I could match up to the pros. Okay, can someone tell me what's going on? Same here, the one thing I know for sure is that these two gotta stop showing off already. I believe you were just projecting, Instructor Randy. You could do the same if you tried, Randy. Just have to apply yourself. Hey, I'm not sure I like what you're saying, kiddo. We're in chat with Lloyd's group for a while. Alright, now we're done with them. Moving on to the next group we gotta talk to. Flip the map. We've got 3 more groups we have to have a conversation with before we can progress the story. Let's go to run across the hall. And we may have to talk to them twice as well. That's what we've had to do a lot, talk to them 2 times, 2 conversations. This coffee is excellent. This is better than the tea that we had at the tea party at the beginning of this stream. Yeah, and the biscuits are great. They're Ren Fairy specialties. I'm glad they're to your liking. Afternoon coffee and biscuits. What a wonderful custom. I get used to this. Are you a hobbit? You have to have mid-morning breakfast and noon and 11s and... Haha, so true. I was worried that you'd be pretty unapproachable since you're the Grand Prince's secretary. I was surprised to learn you're not that much older than us, though. You're really young for your position. My situation is quite different. I'm close friends with the Princess Elfin. I've been appointed especially for this occasion. My family is quite well known in Ren Fairy. You might have heard of the Cylons. Nope. I've heard of the Cyborgs and the Cylons. Let me think. Cylon. Where have I heard that name before? Probably one of the previous games. This is the 4th one. Cylon Company produces medical equipment shipped worldwide. Ren Fairy is famous for being at the forefront of medical research, which becomes a bartering chip in relations with other nations. Cylon family, basically, besides owning a prosperous medical company, has strong connections with the government. You've done your homework. Heh. The current state of affairs is deeply worrying for Ren Fairy. Our country is small and relies on the advanced technology and scientific research to remain afloat. We're not prepared to deal with this war in the least. I understand your predicament. I wish there was something we could do to help. Well, let's see how these talks go first. I was wondering what her special secretary position was all about. It's very good with the words, though. It's easy to see things from her perspective, and she encourages others to side with her. The Grand Prince made the right choice appointing her. We have to talk to them a second time. Yes. Excuse me, maid. We got groups and groups and groups and groups and groups and groups. Let's talk to Josette. Never dreamed of being in the presence of the President of Calvard and the Grand Prince of Remeferia. Well, you are. Well, not right now, but you were earlier. Crown Prince Claudia and Lieutenant General Cassius are here, too. That's a bit too much. What's a commoner like me doing here mingling with royals? What's the problem? You're great at mingling. Besides, you're helping out Lloyd and Marine a bunch. No reason for you to not be here. By the way, thanks for helping me in the gate across the border into the Empire. Things would have been way harder without you. Tita, I told you that was no big deal. You saved my bacon too in Heimdall. Seems like the Capia delivery service is always there to help when we're in a pinch. Your services are a lifeline for the guild too. Everyone's very thankful to have you guys around. You don't work for Jaegers and you stay away from the shady business. That counts in our favor too. Look, it's a business and we do what we have to in order to turn a profit. Oh, she's blushing. Oh, you guys stop it. You really like teasing her, don't you, huh? Don't worry, it's friendly teasing. Leaves, as well as the branch campus, used to be within the Capia barony. There's the Capia delivery service used to be Skybandits, but they seem like decent people. Hey, Rain. You're quite the social butterfly today, just making sure I get to talk to everyone. Cassius is next on my list. Makes sense since we both studied Master Ka-Fi after all. If I'm being honest, I'm not really sure why he and Chloe agreed to come all the way here, and I don't know what to think about this Duchess Cayenne. This whole meeting is giving me some bad vibes. Muse is not a bad person, I promise. I can only imagine she must have been planning this for a while. She tries not to show up, the situation in the Empire is probably bothering her a lot. You know, student instructor? Yeah, I did, but from what I've heard, Gina saw right through her when they met back up.
Sure, you may also be a genius who can come up with plans to change the fate of the world, but that's beside the point.
Muse.
There's no way an ordinary girl like you would be okay with a plan that would cost millions of people their lives, is there?
Bump bump. We got a glimpse of her true self back then. She's only 16 younger than me. I've heard this and that about the Cayenne family. The Duke before the last was widely believed to be just and wise noble. When he died in an accident, his own younger brother inherited the title, but he all cared about was his personal interests. Muse's foolish uncle even stirred up the Civil War, and their family was about to be stripped of their title and privilege, and yet here we are with Muse as a mastermind plan to save the world. She's got more guts than anyone on that ship. I think I can empathize with her more after hearing that. Yeah, me too. Judging from what I've heard, it's no surprise she understands. There's no telling how these talks will go until they're over and done with. But regardless of what major events are set in motion, we must not forget about the individuals that will be swept up. Muse is one of those individuals, so do me a favor and stay by her side. I doubt you need me to tell you that, though. You really are amazing, huh? Ha! You just say what you think without beating around the bush, huh? I see now why Tila compared you to the sun. You're bright and you dispel any shadows of doubt in some others. Thanks for the advice. That was my intention all along, but I need the kick to get around to it. Glad to help. Good luck. Thanks. Oh, I gotta talk to him a third time? Oh, so there's something I've been dying to know. You and Joshua were together, right? But how far exactly did you guys go? Huh? That's so out of the blue. Don't try to wiggle out of it now. I'm burning with curiosity too. Haha, you wouldn't have tried to dodge a question unless... Whoa! Why are you all bugging me about that erg? I can't tell you when Reen's right there. What if he hears? Looks like they're talking about something personal. I don't want to be a third wall. Better go. Finally. Okay. Last group to talk to. Who knows how many times I gotta talk to them, but... Hey, Cart Nash, good to see you again. Happy to have your instructor back. Yes, very much so. It was the only possible thing for everyone's help. Gate was pretty impressive with Sword of Heroes. Really see where he got the name Heavy Blade. Those two weren't bad either. I might have taken a couple of swings, but I was just one of those taking part in Operation Blast Ring Out. Same goes for me and Kia. Maybe our timing was lucky. The credit goes to everyone equally. Joshua Ash. Don't the two of you have something important to talk about? He's right, don't put it off. Everything's going bad right now. There's no guarantee you'll be able to see each other again. They should sort things out now. There's no denying that Raquel has become home to you, Ash. I'm not sure there's a value in learning about the place that led you here. There, humph. Hanel was such a small village. It had no more than a few dozen inhabitants. As a result, there were very few children living there. Lily was the oldest at 16, my sister Karen was 15, and I was 6. But there was another boy too, and he was 3 years old. He was getting to play with us much, but ever since he was a baby, we looked after him. I was looking forward to playing with him when he was a little older. He was almost like a little brother to me. But then, those peaceful days abruptly ended. A group of Jaeger dropouts posing as a royal army opened fire on the villagers. I watched as Jan and Emily were shot. There was blood everywhere. Their son fell to the ground, blood all over his clothes. We fled, we ran, and ran, too afraid to look back. Survival was the only thing on our minds. The boy didn't die, though. He had merely fainted from shock. We had no idea. Eventually, we made it out of the village. Lo stayed behind to distract our pursuers. He told me and Karen to keep running. We got ambushed by another group of Jigger dropouts. Joshua, that's truly heart-wrenching. That's terrible. I've heard it before, but it gets me every time. That's what happened 14 years ago, at least that's how I remembered it. The boy we left behind might have had a different perspective on the events of the day. He may have hated us for escaping without him, and I can't blame him. The bullet you fired at Emperor Eugens should have been for me. Joshua, it's alright, Renee. It was a shock when I heard about what happened in Heimdallr. I realized the burden the boy from Hamel had to live with. And even though I felt immense guilt that we hadn't checked to see if he was alive, that we hadn't taken him with us, there was another feeling too. Overwhelming joy. I can't say how happy it made me when I found out that he had survived. Joshua, thanks for being patient listening to this long story of mine. Hey. Don't know why you bothered telling me when it's got nothing to do with me, but it wasn't entirely boring. I managed to stay awake till the end. Ash. Heh. Sigh. Glad to hear that. Thanks, Ash. The Hamel tragedy took place at about the same time I was first taken to Ymir. I'm glad Ash was able to hear Joshua's story. Oh. Oh, I didn't notice you there. You were there, instructor. Hey, Ring. Dude, eavesdrop much? Yes. Yeah, sorry about that. The same event Joshua was talking about pretty much changed the course of my life, too. So it's at least a little relevant to me. Why so defensive, Ash? I thought you just said Joshua's story had nothing to do with you. Heh, she's got you there. Whatever. Screw all that old drama. We got plenty of new drama we can talk about instead. For example, what's going on with you and Russell, huh? What are you talking about? Huh? Oh, why don't you share with the rest of the class? Renee, it's not like that. You can't even see what's right in front of your face, old man. We all know what's going on. It's obvious to anyone with half a brain. Who are you calling old, you brat? I'm only 28. Why are you even talking about this? That's a very Ash way to change the topic. Heh. He used to be such a crybaby. I'm glad I kept him safe. No, not just her. Thanks to a number of kind-hearted people. Yeah, thanks for sharing the story with us, Joshua. Of course. Think as well, Rain, for all you've done for him. Trim's going good. Okay, so it looks like when we get in the middle of that room, we will continue the story along. I have reached the hour points, the hour mark, a few minutes beyond. So I'm going to stop it here, and I'll pick it up, I believe, Wednesday night. I'll be playing this game again, is my plan. Tonight I will be on YouTube streaming. I'd like to thank everyone for watching. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye!